Okay, people. So Netflix, they do love a rom-com, right? They really do. So their new offering is upgraded. This is from director Carlson Young. I think it's a second feature film. Right, it's written by Justin Matthews, Christine Lenig, and Luke Spencer Roberts. The film is produced by Piers Tempest, Lena Rockland, Mike Cars, and Bill Blindley. It is executive produced by Carl Hall, Rachel Matthews, Camila Mendes, Thomas Salentine, and Matt Williams, with Lauren Cox co-producing. Izom Innes handles the music. I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense since, he's married to Mendes, right? Mike Stern Shashinsky is on cinematography. Bruce Green edits the piece. Debbie and Jamina McWilliams, they both were on casting. Andrew Holden Stokes' production design. Art direction is Kyra Bozelli and Lisa D. Kuna. Set decoration, Sue Parker. Costume design, Laura de Brugen and Lance Milligan. All right, so our cast. Well, Camila Mendes is Anna, right? Do we have I don't think we do have a surname. No, it's just Anna. So yeah, she's Anna. Actually, that is a good point. Yes, her sister is Vivian, played by Amy Carrero, whose fiance is Ronnie, played by Andrew Schultz. Right? Yeah, Anna's best friend at work is Amy, played by Saoirse-Monica Jackson. Right? Her boss is Claire. Dum dum dum. Right? Claire DuPont, played by Marisa Tomei. And Anna is one of her assistants, but the lowest of them, right? The two senior assistants are Suzette, played by Rachel Matthews, right? And Renee, played by Fola Evans-Akingbola, right? We've also got Will De La Roche, played by Archie Renaux. His mother, Catherine, played by Lena Olin, right? Catherine's friend, Julian Marks, played by Anthony Head. There's Arnold Grant, who I think he kind of runs the agency they all work at, played by Thomas Kretschmann. Right, Gerald Abel, who is vying for a director role along with Claire. He's played by Gregory Montel. Yeah, I think that's the main one. Billy, played by Jack Hewitt. Joe, played by Renee Kropinski. Percy, played by Paul Hawkyard. Yeah, that's the main group, right? The gist of the film is this: when Anna is upgraded to first class on a work trip, she meets handsome Will, who mistakes her for her boss. The white lie that sets off a glamorous chain of events romance and opportunity fib until her fib threatens to surface. I mean, the film is the film is the typical rom-com. Actually, I said it was Netflix. This isn't Netflix. This is Prime, right? It's just, yeah, I mean, they both have this kind of shit, right? I mean, I say this kind of shit. This kind of stuff, really. You know what I mean? It's just that style of film, right? It's the I think Lois kind of no hassle, right? No hassle, no fault. It's not offensive, you know, rom-com where you're just kind of rolling your eyes because it doesn't necessarily make any sort of sense. You know what I mean? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Kevin, why you keep on watching this shit? Well, people, you can always be surprised. You know what I mean? You can always be surprised. There's oftentimes, ones that are great, and then there's the ones that aren't. So, you watch them. You try and see. Now, this one, like, it starts off, we see a painting, and you have Anna, you know, going on about this painting, what it means to her, right? What some people think of it, what it is. So you have this, which we then cut into. She's supposedly saying all of this to her sister and her sister's fiance. But that makes no sense because the manner in which the narration is being delivered, it's not like you are talking to someone. So, I mean, that was just clunky. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a bad device to get things popping, but you have to work it smoother, right? Because that wasn't smooth. That was just like, okay, okay, let's do this then. And it's that weird thing, right? Because her sister and her, fiance, they're just right. They're sold as the salt of the earth people, right? Working class. They're not in fancy jobs, so they don't get art. Right? Her sister's like, I like the red. You know what I mean? They're not meant to get it, which is a bit boring. Right? We always get this. The working class, you don't get art, but then there's someone, she or he really gets it, and they've got these aspirations to be big, but they just can't catch a break. But the thing is, I will say, Ronnie, right, played by Andrew Schultz, may be the best part of this film. Right? He is funny. He is funny, right? I said the other day, I forget which film it was. Oh, the Underdogs, right? The Snoop Dogg one on Prime. Also, Schultz has seemed to have found his flow with acting. First few roles, little shaky, but he really has found his feet, and we're getting really nice performances from him. But yeah, so Anna, she's the underdog at work, right? But she's in the training program. This is the thing that makes no sense to me about this film, but she's in the training program, right? She's not, she's the assistant, but it's not like she is just started in a job and she's just the lowest level assistant, where when you've got two people above you who clearly are not leaving, you're not going to go anywhere. right? You're there just to get experience, so then you can try. You're applying for other jobs. You're looking to then bounce after, you know what I mean, a minute there. But she's in a fucking training program, right? Now, what a training program usually means, right? There's a duration, you know. So you're there for, 6 months, a year, whatever it may be. Then at the end of that, right, your performance will be assessed. And then there's oftentimes the possibility of a better role, right? Or something. But we're being sold this bill of goods like, oh, she's trying to catch a break and she can't, but it's just like, but you're in a training program, right? Like, what? It doesn't really make any sense the way they're trying to sell this to us. That's the weird thing here. Now, she's going to London. The whole flight thing is weird, because it's just like 1 minute she's there first thing in the morning, the flight's 4 hours later, but it doesn't seem like, because it's at night. So the whole flight thing is weird. I've never been in the first class lounge, so I don't know. But no one told me that you can get spa treatments and all of that kind of shit. You know what I mean? That's like, okay, okay. You know what I mean? But with the whole thing, well, firstly, she gets upgraded for nothing, which I'm like, come on now. Come on now. What the fuck are we doing? So the whole upgrade thing was weird, but she's on the plane and the whole lie thing, it's weird, right? It's weird because it's not needed. Like, she works for a really good company. A really good company. And if you be like, yo, I'm on the training program, there people be like, yo, that's good, man. Hope that goes well. So the whole lie that she's the boss, it it's weird, it's not needed. Also, Will's mum, Catherine, she's doing business with the company. So you're telling me that you don't know that this company has the youngest ever direct come you would know that shit. You would know it. Right? So there's so many things here that are just like weird. They always do that thing when you drive through London and they go past all the major sites, and it's just like that journey wouldn't take you past all of those things. Like, whoa, what are we doing? And then they're in the South Bank, but then they're somewhere else, and you're just like, huh? And I don't know why they just didn't say that the Tate, because you would say the Tate. If you go into the art gallery, because it didn't look like it was the Hayward, right? So you would just be like, yo, going to an art exhibition at the Tate, right? Because everyone knows the Tate. So that's weird. But yeah, a lot of weird things happening. Right? Just this situation with the boss, right? The way Claire is, right? She's meant to be this, badass, you know what I mean? Perfectionist, like chewing people out. I will say, some of the things are fair. You got to say it's fair, right? If you are working in a certain field with all that money, you can't be looking shabby, right? You can't be messy. So, you know, hey, a mistake of that level, again, you should have been picked up. So chewing someone out over some of those things, fair. Now, wouldn't do it in public. You know what I mean? I would do that behind closed doors. But it's just it's weird how they're selling her to how it is at the end. There's no real redemption story or redemption arc, right? Because lies get told, but it's just like, oh well, that's how it feels. That's how it feels, right? Anthony Head is pretty good in this, though it is crazy stereotypical gay, right? That's what he's playing. That's stereotypical gay character. Like he does it well, but it is that, you know what I mean? Like the acting, it's not terrible really from anyone. It's just by numbers, nothing standing out to you. You know, like the script, this isn't anything like, yo, that was great. That was something. No, the story's got crazy holes in it. And it's just, there's no real character development, right? It's all very one dimensional. So when we get to the end and they do the whole 6 month later thing, right? To go, okay, that's where we're meant to believe the character is 6 months later. Yeah, none of that's happening. None of that's happening in that time frame. Are you in fucking insane? Are you insane? What are you? Come on now. And I will say, if you turn down a job, you can't like a week later try and get that job back. You've turned it down. They've moved on. They would have got to ask the next person in line. So this was such a weird story. I mean, it was, yeah, kind of bonkers. Right? There's definitely better rom-coms out there. Right? A lot of people are kind of putting this as, kind of a Devil Wears Prada clone. I ain't watched that, to be honest with you. It does kind of feel very Ugly Betty-ish, because I did watch season 1 of Ugly Betty. You know, you just think of any of those kind of teen, because Mendes was in Do Revenge, right? And it plays very similarly to that, right? Emily in Paris, just anything like that. This is what this is. You know what I mean? So I guess if you like that typical rom-com, then yeah, Upgraded might work for you. Like something like Can You Keep a Secret? You know, a Sophie Kinsella book, right? That's what this is. So if those kind of things work for you, right? There was the Hate Game, right? Just any of those. If they work, then you will enjoy Upgraded. It's on Prime. So yeah, have at it.